Youths have daylight sighting near Westfield year, 1973 season, summer month, July date, 10 state, Indiana County, Hamilton County location details. Just outside Westfield on Cary Road. Nearest town, Westfield nearest road, Cary Road observed. Report is stated in telephone interview with investigator. When I was 13 years of age, a friend and I were riding our bicycles on a country road near some abandoned railroad tracks. We were startled to hear a maple tree come crashing to the ground. My friend immediately left on his bicycle. The tree was about 2 inches in diameter. Looking up, I was amazed to see a very tall, large animal standing next to the tree. It was about 7.5 feet tall and very hairy. I would guess it weighed about 450 pounds. I was about 90 feet from it. I froze in disbelief and we stared at each other for at least 2 minutes. It then slowly started walking towards me and I panicked. I turned my bicycle around and rode home as fast as I could go. Also noticed, none other witnesses, just one, but he did not stick around. Other stories, none. Time and conditions, 1 p.m. clear, dry and hot. Environment, woods. Follow-up investigation report by BFRO investigator Stan Courtney. I spoke with the witness by phone. Since he no longer has internet service, I filled out the sighting report for him. He stated he was unable to see any facial features because the animal was too hairy. The animal's arms were very long and as it walked towards him it was on 2 feet.
Child has sighting in cornfield near Sheridan year, 1973 season, summer month, September state, Indiana County, Hamilton County nearest town, Sheridan nearest road, County Road observed. I was around 8 years old. It was about dusk when I walked into the cornfield that was directly behind our house. I played there a lot. The corn was very tall. I first heard a noise, which sounded like heavy footsteps, and corn being pushed aside. I froze fearing that it was an escaped sow, but the footsteps sounded like a 2-legged step, not 4. I froze when suddenly the corn in front of me split apart, and standing in front of me was a very tall, and very thick dark figure. I did not look all the way up. I was very startled. There was a very strong odor. I can still smell it when I think about it. It was a very musky smell, and very strong. I was within arm's length of whatever it was when it made a heavy sigh or grunt, kinda like a strong exhale, and then suddenly it just ran around me. Before I could turn to look again, it was gone. My mother heard the footsteps and the corn breaking, but did not see what I had seen. Also noticed, there were sightings reported in a nearby town called Sharpsville, about a week later. That's less than 20 miles. That incident was covered on the Indianapolis News. Other witnesses, 1, gardening. Other stories, no time and conditions. It was late afternoon, about 6 o'clock. It was about dusk. Environment. In a cornfield follow-up investigation report by BFRO investigator Stan Courtney, I spoke with the witness by phone. He was very serious about what he had experienced but was unable to give any detail, being too frightened to totally look up at the animal. He did feel that it was very large, tall and walking on 2 legs. I also spoke with his mother. She said that her son had come to her from out of the corn exclaiming about the huge animal that he had seen. She said that they did have a creek with trees that were about 1/2 mile distant. She also remembered that summer there were several sightings about 10 miles from their home. One of these sightings was near Westfield, which is report number 10,538.
Occurred the 8th of October 2003, 20 hours 20 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Arcadia, in, USA. Shape, light duration, 10 seconds. No of observers. 2 bright white light, appeared to be moving away at an extremely fast rate. Sitting on front porch with my friend, talking, having a cigar, looking at the stars and aircraft in the sky. Clear skies. Both of us noticed, at basically the same time, an extremely bright white light that appeared to move away at an alarming rate of speed. The light was as big as your pinky fingernail when held at arm's length, and appeared to be 20 to 30 degrees from the horizon and several miles away. At no time did the light move up, down, or side to side. Rather, it appeared to be stationary and then slowly faded from bright white to darkness. The entire process took about 10 seconds, like someone tuned a dimmer switch. Or like it was moving away at an alarming speed. Initial observation of the light was that it was similar to landing lights on the front of an airplane. However, there was only one light and appeared much brighter than landing lights I have seen before. Additionally, there were no other visible lights within the vicinity of the single white light. Both during the time we saw the white light, and in the minutes that followed as we looked for any signs of plane or such in that area. If it had been a plane, it simply would not have disappeared that fast, as the other aircraft in the sky were plainly visible long after. The light appeared due north from Highway 19, approximately 20 to 30 degrees from the horizon, and appeared to be 4 to 6 miles away. The distance was based on my observation of two aircraft in the sky at the same time, to the east and west of the bright light, and moving in a northeast and northwest direction, even though the other aircraft in the sky were at some distance and moving away from us as well. They were clearly visible for 5 minutes or so after the bright white light faded. There were no sounds heard at or around the time of the bright white light.
Occurred the 17th of May 2007, 22 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Atlanta, in USA. Shape, light duration 5 seconds. No of observers. 1 characteristics: lights on object, lights in a straight line that go out from left to right in the night sky. I don't necessarily believe in flying saucers, but I do think that there are unidentified flying objects. I would just like to know if anyone else saw what I saw. I would also like to see if there is a logical explanation. On May 17th, at approximately 10:30 p.m., out of the corner of my eye I saw 2 or 3 red-orange colored lights in a row, horizontally in the sky. When I actually looked directly at the lights, I saw 2. They appeared to be slightly larger than Venus. The approximate distance between them would be about an inch if you measured at an arm's length. The one on the left faded out. It looked like it just slowly went out. Then the one on the right. They were in the western sky, approximately to the 5 o'clock of Venus. I'm guessing it was Venus, about halfway between the horizon and Venus. The entire sighting took approximately 5 seconds. I didn't hear anything out of the ordinary at the time. I continued to watch the same area of the sky for a few minutes but didn't see anything else. There are no towers in that direction that I could have mistaken for the lights. I was located approximately 1 mile east of Atlanta, Indiana. Weather according to weather.com, clear 48 deg. F visibility 10 mile.
Occurred the 16th of January 2018, 2 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Atlanta, IN, USA. Shape, light duration 30 minutes. No of observers. 2 characteristics: lights on object. Third time we have woke up to see a light floating in the sky. It does appear to move slightly back and forth. Seems to float almost as high as a small plane would fly. Try to watch it as long as we can before we go back to sleep. We have seen the light outside of our bedroom window, facing south.
Occurred the 15th of December 1998, 17 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Carmel, Indiana, USA. Shape, fireball duration 1 hour. No of observers. 1 characteristics: lights on object, aura or haze around object, left a trail, aircraft nearby. I went outside to pick up the trash cans and I saw 10 to 15 jets heading in the same direction towards 2 fireballs. I remember thinking it was an Iraqi bomber being chased by USA. IT was a fireball that left a trail, and although I don't think it was fire, it appeared as so.
Occurred the 17th of July 1998, 7 hours 45 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Indianapolis, Carmel, in USA. Shape, sphere duration 4 to 5 minutes. No of observers. 2 characteristics: aura or haze around objects or far away in the sky. Looked like a star, but there were no other stars in the sky. I saw this object in the sky while it was to the west, driving home from dinner at a fast food restaurant. It was on a back road of a residential area. The object was very far away. First, I thought it was a star. Then, I looked for other stars in the sky. There were none. I kept watching for 3 to 5 minutes and wondered what it was, and then I drove by some trees and lost it.